Hi, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, your producer and host, and I have my co-host Haleigh Overseth here.
Hey,
How
hey,
you
y'all.
doing? How you doing today?
We're doing good. I still hear your music though.
You do.
I do.
Oh, you must have. Do you have something else on,
Oh, you
or
know
you just
what?
hearing, or you just hearing
Oh,
it? You know,
Right.
in the ether.
in
No,
the
I
ether.
also had
It was.
YouTube pulled up because I shared it to my channel and it just started playing in another tab.
Okay. Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
ADHD caught
Excellent.
it in time. We got it. We're good, y'all.
There we go.
And this is why we need Alicia here to help us AI automate because we
Yes.
have too much stuff
Hello,
happening.
everybody.
Hey,
Hi,
Alicia.
Alicia. Welcome, welcome,
Hello.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome and love the intro music. It reminds me of like the intros of Games of Thrones and House of
That
Dragons, so really like that part.
yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's that vibe, We want to set
Yes.
that vibe. Like get
Yeah.
ready, get
Yeah.
ready. We're gonna have fun. We're
You're
going to
right.
do this. So
Yes.
Big dragon energy.
Dragons Den, dragons, yes.
I'm
yeah.
for it. I love it.
The Hunger Games, yes, it is.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
Love it.
what tell us about yourself, Alicia.
Yeah, of course. So to start, my name is Alecia Maximo. Thank you for the warm welcome, Glenda and Haleigh. I really appreciate you guys welcoming me into the to your dragon den. I feel very welcome.
Welcome.
Oh,
Thank
yes,
you so much. You now get to help us guard the horde. Are you so
Yeah,
excited or what?
let's do it.
Let's go through all the treasures. Tell us what all your treasures are and all your skill
yes.
sets.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, of course. So from the very beginning, I would say growing up as
Mhm.
far as from I would say 10 until now, I always felt this energy pulled to me to something, nothing to do with like a career or a job or anything like that, but I always had an inkling from a very young age that I was meant for more, or the universe had a completely different plan for me than what the normal society is pressured for us to stay into or to stay in that bubble or in that box.
Right.
So from a very early age through middle school, through high school, I went to school, but I was kind of struggling in like math and different like subjects because I just didn't really understand it. We learned algebra, but we're not using it
What am
now,
Mhm.
I doing with this? What's the
Right,
purpose and
right.
what's the point? And it's hard
Right.
to focus
Yeah.
when you don't see
Right.
the why sometimes, right?
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. So I look at my past upbringing. I had a great childhood, a great upbringing, but as soon as I hit college and then as an adulthood, I was like, okay, the world's changing. I'm changing.
Mhm.
I'm learning different experiences. So all throughout my life, I'm 31 years old right now, have so much more to learn. But during that time period, I always
Mhm.
knew I was different from everybody else around me, my friends, my peers, my teachers, and I just kind of felt like the oddball out. I always thought like, well, what's wrong with me? Like
Right. Right.
why do I think different, or why do I attract different things, or why do things always work out for me when I don't really have to try that hard like everybody else does?
Right.
So now just now, since like I would say last year and now, I'm picking up and taking stepping into power with that energy. And I'm so grateful that I was able to think outside the box from a really young age, but now I'm really using it to my advantage and just going with my divine feminine and stepping into that feminine
Ah,
power, and
exactly.
attracting those resources, attracting those people,
Mhm.
attracting wonderful people like Haleigh, like herself.
I'm so glad
And
that we hooked up because
yeah,
I'm
me
so
too.
excited for all the
Yeah.
awesome stuff that we can collaborate on together. But I
Yeah.
love also the energy you come from with everything, that you really do
Mhm.
have that. You are so ready to like be embody your power as a
Of
divine
course.
feminine, as a divine
Mhm.
being, and
Hmm.
that you want to help everyone else feel that same way, that
Right.
that's where you
Yes.
come from, is wanting to empower people. And I think AI is a great sector to do that in, obviously, right? Because it's
Mhm.
huge and it's growing and it's
Yeah.
I think there's such a potential, and that's another thing I love about you with this, is that you see the potential for AI as a tool to leverage and that it's not something scary, right?
Right, exactly, exactly. Just like everything else, when we were growing up with like the Apple, iPods, things like that, when the
Mhm.
technology was expanding, we had to adapt. We're like, okay, well, this is a new thing, let's adapt to it. And now AI is here and it's not
And
going
now
away anytime
iPods are
soon.
like the silliest, funniest, like, oh my God, they may as well be Betamax, right?
Well, right? So, where we're growing and we always have been growing and expanding with technology from a very young
Mhm.
age. And now we're getting to the forefront where people are able to make an income or create an impact just online on social media. And that is so powerful. And we're in the right time in the right place right now to take advantage of that situation, but also harness the power of AI and see what we can do together to create that type of income stream or even
Mhm.
when it comes to education. You can, instead of going to college, you could learn a brand new skill on YouTube for free. So we have the
Mhm.
advantage now to use the tools in our hindsight to, change your brand identity or to learn a new skill to apply
Right.
to an income stream or to, learn about how to better our health system,
Mhm.
when it comes to health and wellness, which we can get into later. That's something that I'm really passionate about. But other than that, I'll just tell you a little bit about my brand. So Vynora. So Vynora basically means it's a goddess from a video game. Actually, I was just
Well,
searching up different brand names and I was coming up with certain things. So Vynora. She is a goddess of knowledge and power, and she's very like flowy. So she flows with
mhm.
knowledge. She's available to give her knowledge to the people that are interested or that are seeking it. So I like to stress the fact that like we're all here to learn something new and learn something from each
Mhm.
other, right?
Very
So
true. Very true.
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah. So with Vynora, I like to focus on the AI integrated solutions that support the individuals and within their business. So I would say the deepest desire for Vynora is to empower the creative individual to create, lives of freedom, adventure, while maintaining a sustainable income from doing what they love or what they're really passionate about. We are subjected to go to college, work a certain job, live in that type of society, but like we have so many options now. The
Mhm.
options are
Mhm.
endless. And a lot of people don't know where to go to find those options. Yes, there's a social media platform, but it's like that's why I built Vynora. It's like, come over here. We can teach you where to find it, or we can introduce you to someone that is passionate about a similar thing, and you guys can work together and create something amazing and
Mhm.
have that value and energy exchange in that process, creating a long-term type of relationship. And Vynora right now, I would say, when it comes to business, working with anyone, I
Mhm.
like to say a lot of people are offering the same type of service or selling the same thing, AI, social media management, podcasting, etc. But it's about building a relationship with the person first. And
Mhm.
it's like a dance, I like
Mhm.
to call it like a tango, right? So when you're
Mhm.
first
I love it.
connecting with someone
Mhm.
on like LinkedIn, you get those
Right.
LinkedIn messages like, come buy my services. I can make you money. I could do this. Okay, great. But like, let's get to know each other a little bit first, right?
Right.
Like, let's
Mhm.
see
Mhm.
where like we can match that value and have that energy flow. And instead of just selling that service, let's see what more that we can create in that type of energy filled with that person. So when I first developed this, yes, of course, AI as a solution in the integration process, but it's all about building that natural relationship with that partner, with that client, with that friend, or helping your friend, create some content online, etc.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm really excited about where Vynora is going to get to in the next couple of months and her partnership with Nubius. I would love to Haleigh to jump in on that when we get speaking about that.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm really looking forward towards the future and seeing where this energy shifts, especially
Mhm.
globally as well. So expanding globally, internationally, we're talking Europe, Sweden, Amsterdam, Dubai,
Mhm.
Japan. The possibilities are endless,
The
right?
I'm waiting.
possibilities are
I'm
endless.
waiting for like Venus, Mars, the
Venus? Well,
moon.
yes,
Girl, we're getting
exactly,
it.
yeah.
Don't even worry. Saturn, here we
I,
come. Like,
I,
let's check out
We
some
are
I'm
of those
waiting
getting
for
moons.
there.
that. I'm waiting for that.
Yes, yes. Well,
Glenda, you and me both.
hopefully that way as well.
100%. We're coming. We're
take a
coming into it.
take
We're
a
gonna
little
do it.
take a little trip. Go check
I
it
just figure
Yeah,
we're just gonna
out.
have a quick little girls'
Girls
weekend
weekend,
on
and
Saturn. We're gonna check out a couple
go,
moons.
right.
We might
yes,
Yes,
pop over to Jupiter for just a hot minute,
yeah.
right?
yes.
It's a party
And that
planet.
is the
We've heard,
future.
right?
Yes,
We've heard stories about
exactly.
Jupiter. We gotta check it out.
Yeah. I mean, that's the future where we're headed. We already have the robots, so it's just
Mm-hmm.
a matter of time where the aliens come, be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you want to
Yeah.
get on the spaceship and go to Mars? Sure, why
Yeah,
not? You
I
you know how to
absolutely
use
do.
AI? Yeah, sure."
I could totally help you, Pleiadians, set up a podcast. Oh my god, call me.
Wait,
Hello.
You imagine them being co-hosts?
That would be guys,
Oh
come
my
and hang out
gosh.
and podcast with us. I bet they could
That-
totally help us with some
Yeah.
like business and something or other. They gotta have we'll teach them the like Earth 3D stuff just enough to be like, oh yeah, we can help you with that.
Yeah.
I think they know, honey. I think
They know. They've been
Yeah.
watching. They're like,
they've been watching. They've been studying. They've been watching. They've been helping us for a long time. We should.
oh yeah, they're like,
we
we're
don't
on
acknowledge it.
We're on
Yeah.
season 1,873 of the Earth reality show. They've been watching
Right.
for like ever, just being like, all right, y'all, it's time for us to come in and help you guys with this narrative. You
guys
you're
are
doing
too
already.
slow. You
Yeah,
guys
right?
are too slow.
No, I'm with it. We're here to be like, we want to help speed things up. That's what we're here for. That's what the AI stuff is, right?
Mhm.
Speeding up
Yeah.
Mhm.
exponential like increase of our ability to use technology to help us be the more
Right.
authentic humans we were meant to be.
Mhm.
Exactly. I would say like with Vynora, it's very warm, optimistic, and very community focused as far as building the communities with these people as well that are interested in technology and learning more and learning how to utilize them.
See, and I really love that too about your energy. You do come from a space of community, and that is what makes Vynora and what you are working on and what we're doing with Nuvius different, and like the space we come from. And Glenda, you know me, you know that's how I am. That the community building is where I'm at, right? And that's why I think.
No, I don't. She likes horns. She has horns.
That doesn't mean listen, I'm still trying. Like I call my community a coven. Who cares? Like
the community is a coven,
right?
The actual word coven means it's a group of people that
Mhm.
share time, space, and beliefs, or what action they were doing.
Energy.
And
Yeah.
So
intention.
intention.
Yeah.
That you get together with the
you get it all. You say any of those words, and everybody gets all weirded out. It's like,
Right.
pick up the dictionary.
Do you know what it is too, though? There is a little bit, and like not to go veer too far off of like we do want to focus on Alecia, but I think you probably have some things to say about this too, sis.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, but I think some of that, like the idea of like when you say like coven and people think witchy stuff, there is a lot of divine feminine energy in that witchcraft element that like has been. We were burned at the stake for a reason. They were scared shitless of us.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like they absolutely were.
Because we understand and we commune with nature. So they are all whacked out. It's like, wait, she can see my aura. She can see my energy field. She knows when she's lying to me or when I'm lying to her, that stuff, when I'm not thinking. So, of course, they're going to be,
Or they see the hidden agendas when I think I'm being really clever, kind of thing. Like, no, you're not. I know what you're doing.
They can't keep us down. That's why.
That's can't keep some good gals down. You can't keep good dragons down. We got powerful wings, and you are crunchy and taste good with ketchup.
And they barbecue well.
Right. This is true.
Love it.
I love it.
That's
But
hilarious.
I do really love that about where you come from with what you're trying to do, that you do come from a community space, and it's not just the AI bottom line. Like, yes, you can absolutely streamline your workflows and like that is something that you can use AI for. But, I do love that you come from a space of, I want everyone else to do well and be able to have space to get out in nature, to be a human in this world and not staring at a screen all day. Right.
Right. Yeah. Of course. But also like as far as what my upbringing, what I've experienced, like I want to give people another option, right? I want to give them like the possibility or for them to be optimistic about like, okay, I have this option to change my life this way with this, so it's like, I want to open up their horizons instead of following like, that plan A, plan B, plan C. It's like, okay, I have another direction or another journey or another calling, and this is a way to do it, or this is a possibility to do it.
This is something that I think is really fun about like how we're talking about the things we want to do in the education sphere with Nuvius, with Vynora, and like my Frankie's podcast network stuff that I love what you talk about with like, you can just go on YouTube and learn something, right? Like this idea of like, not that there's anything wrong with higher education, but there's a certain amount of gatekeeping that kind of happens, right? Like that you have to
Mhm.
have
Mhm.
that kind of access to that in order to gain knowledge, but you don't anymore. And that's the
Right.
thing that I think with like AI driven the like education courses and things that we're looking at building, right? Like you're kind of
Mhm.
essentially building a new education structure where you can be an apprentice of any skill digitally, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Like you
Mhm.
can
Well,
retrain yourself, and it's like, and not just for kids going through regular schooling, but for
right,
adults that are like, I want
Right.
to change what I do. I
right.
don't like what I do anymore.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
and it's great because I could see the possibility of, say, I go to Alicia and she could help me with the classes I already do,
Yes.
Mhm.
and up a notch, make it
Yeah.
so much better because she would be able to put the graphics that, yeah, I could do, PowerPoint and all that other stuff, but I'm sure with AI she could take it to the next level,
Right. Yeah.
and keep the person more interested and more
Yes.
uh, focused,
Right, engaged, right. And everybody has
engaged.
a different learning style, right? Like
Hmm.
Right,
when we went to
exactly.
school, it was like you have to read a book, you have to do a book report, and it was just one learning style. So the more
Hmm.
advanced that we're getting with the technology,
Hmm.
we can implement those learning styles or create a system based on their learning style so they can learn more efficiently and effectively. If it's
Hmm.
visual, is it more of a context?
Hmm.
Do they learn better by just like reading the objective itself? So
Hmm.
there's so many ways that we can uproot out of that type of norm of the education system and make it more accessible and
Hmm.
an easy access for people that have different learning styles.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, and
And,
to and like I said, to give people something that is more sort of fun to learn through,
Hmm.
right?
mhm.
Right.
Something that is,
Exactly.
like you're
Right,
saying, more
Engagement.
engaging,
right.
something that is not, because when you have to force yourself to do something, you're not going to retain it.
Right.
It's not good energy to be
No.
working from, like,
Hmm.
so it's again, and that's what I think it's so valuable that you come from such that good energy with before anything else that you do,
Right.
right? It's not about the
Hmm.
tasks, it's not about the functionality of what you're doing, even though that is highly valuable. It's about the energy that you bring, the like the why of
Hmm.
what you're doing, right?
Right.
Why am
Hmm.
I
The,
here? Why do I want to help? Because I want
mhm.
everyone to do well.
Right.
Right.
And
Exactly.
the getting together, like beforehand, and getting to know me, I get to know you, then
Hmm.
we could have an energy connection
Right.
besides just, oh, a business connection. Hey, how are you?
Hmm.
How's everything? Let me sign
Hmm.
this contract. Okay, you're hired, here's the
Yeah.
stuff. Okay, I'll do it. But you'll get to know me as a person and how I
Hmm.
do things or like to do things and my energy. And then you'll be able to, I'm sure with AI, right?
Yeah.
Develop
Yeah.
something more personal,
Hmm.
which is,
Right.
Right. And that's the thing that I love about, I mean, it's for me with my creative ADHD brain that goes off in a million directions, right? Like I love that you have that you can sort of custom tailor AI solutions or bots or whatever you're doing to
Hmm.
the energy or the essence, right? Like, and that's the thing that
Right.
I love about like when we've
mm-hmm,
worked together on the projects and things, like you get to the energy and the essence of what I'm doing and you see
Right.
through the kind of, I have a lot of big ideas and I can word vomit a lot of
Love
stuff,
them.
right?
Right.
But you can catch it and you put it in a framework and you're able to be like, I understand what you're saying and the energy of it. I know how to put it in a framework. And
right.
for
Mhm.
very particularly for creative people, and this is again what I appreciate so much about what you're doing, is that
Mhm.
for a lot of us creative ADH beings, right, that are just trying to keep it all together,
Yeah.
you are here to help specifically people like us in the creative world who
Right.
really do just want to focus not on all that mechanical stuff,
Right.
right? The things that
Mhm.
AI can help with, because we really want to be in the doing the art, in the
Mm-hmm,
actual creation flow, right? Not
mm-hmm,
Right.
so bogged down by all the technical aspects of what you have to do to keep that up as an entrepreneur who is a
right,
creative person.
right.
Right, yeah. I was gonna say, having ADHD and like ADD, there's studies like that is a special skill. Like, where
Mhm.
like they put a stigma on it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
really like you are an alien, Haleigh, and the people
I
that
know I
have that
am.
type of thing, you guys are aliens. The way that I love the way that your brain works and the way that you think about things and the stories that you come up with, because not a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people can use that side of their brain and create stuff like that.
Right,
So
right.
people that have a like that superpower, you you're
Thank you,
creating so
thank
much
you.
impact, especially in the education field, and it's just such a special skill. And I'm so blessed to be working with you and having access to your brain.
I'm no, like I feel the same way about you though, where I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
so blessed to have somebody who can help me organize this into something cohesive so that we
Yeah.
can actually turn it into a like, let's pitch this kind of deal.
Hmm.
Because again,
Yeah.
some of us
Yeah.
creative, it is a superpower, but like
Right.
You're
somebody,
thinking of 10 different things at the exact same
so
time.
somebody needs to
Yeah.
be over here. That's what AI is so helpful for. Like, yes, please
Yeah.
organize my life.
Right, exactly. That's what AI is here to help with. Speaking of like Nuvius and the background
Yeah.
on that,
Mhm.
I get clients sometimes that come to me and they're like, "Oh, like I'm not making enough money, my business is going downhill."
Mhm.
Et cetera. But when it comes to the business overall, it's an energy exchange, right? Like you're building this
Mhm.
baby,
Hmm.
watching it grow. It has a lot to do with yourself as a person and what's blocking that wealth or that energy that's like as far as the blockage, and how do we amplify that on the outside. So
Mhm.
part of the Nuvius team, Murray, he's great
Hmm.
at the attunement and unblocking those chakras as well. So I'm really looking forward to using that type of energy field with our clients that we're going to bring on with Vynora and Nubius to see how that is amplified as well. I'm really looking forward to that because that's going to make a major difference as far as case studies and results to see like, oh, we were working with a client, now they're making $1 million return on their investment because they have this blockage with a relationship with their
Right.
business or their
Right.
employees. Their employees are happy
Mhm.
now, the energy
Yeah.
exchange is flowing, they're allowing their team members to speak up and work as a team. So I
Mhm.
had the experience of working in business, working with AI, seeing that firsthand from like the actual business owner. And some of them, like I still want to work with them, but they are not ready to step into out of that space of that
Right.
blockage yet to
Right.
amplify themselves and
You
and get
know,
that energy unblocked, and amplify in their business, and have that abundance and attract that type of wealth that they're really hoping for.
Mm.
no, I love
Yeah.
that. It's kind of like Nuvius and Venora and like all the energies we come from, whether it's
Yeah.
my like Frankie's podcast network or like Murray does Reiki and then our friend Carol, she does tarot, like and Margie does, spiritual things with like gratitude and like that
Mhm.
kind of, she's got a
Mhm.
book she's writing. Like it's a little bit sort of like holistic medicine for business and creatives, right? It's a holistic
Yes.
approach to your business. And
Mhm.
it's something that I think is probably what has been lacking and why we're in the spaces that we are in our culture with like corporatocracy and the sort of fatigue everyone has
Mhm.
of that very like strictly bottom line energy. You're a cog in the machine, you're replaceable, right? We see where that goes. That goes to burnout so fast, and no one wants a part of it anymore. And none of the
Mhm.
kids coming up now who are going to be, they don't like the school system as it is. They don't fit into this system. They don't, right? So, like,
Mhm.
that's another space too where this AI is so, and the education things that we're talking about is so important, right? Because I don't think kids now can function the way that our structures are existing, right? Like that's
Mhm.
why the ADD, ADHD and all that is so over medicated and over diagnosed. It's like no, the system
Right.
just doesn't work for these kids. There's nothing wrong with
Exactly.
them. It's
Mhm.
the
Yes.
system there, the environment is not correct for them.
Right. You guys have a superpower and they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, they just have no idea, but that
Mhm.
is I love that. Like we got to find a way to work that into the brand. Like it's a holistic approach to your
Yeah.
business
To
building. We
your
got to
business. Right.
yeah,
Right,
the
right,
energy
right.
because
Yeah.
where you come from in your energy does make such a huge difference in the flow of everything you do, and it will obviously make a
Mhm.
difference in how well you succeed because, when you don't have that flow, like you're saying, you have unhappy employees or what like you're not gonna get quality work
Mhm.
Right.
if they're
Yeah.
unhappy.
So,
Yep. That's right.
Alicia, before we run off
Too
way
far?
out there, too far, uh,
Okay.
Grab that balloon
tell
string,
tell
pull me back
tell the
down.
tell it back down. Tell the audience, what were you doing before you
Yes.
decided this was for you?
Oh, yeah. So before I started the
Yeah.
business, I was working as a travel and finance analyst for the government. So I was
Okay.
working for DOJ and DOS, recently in Washington, D.C. area.
Mhm.
It was very dry and very
Mm-hmm.
boring. There's not a lot
Yeah.
of passion
I
behind
can
it. I was waking up
imagine.
right, I was
Mhm.
waking up doing the same thing every day, but I was really good at my job. Like, we would have service desk tickets. I was working with like the travel system, so I was working like with the government clientele, making sure like their travel vouchers were being filled out correctly and making sure like they were up to date. And I was like training them
Hmm.
how to use the system. I'm very hands-on. I don't like just sending an email and like waiting a week for them to respond. I'm the type of
Right.
person like pick up the phone if they
Yeah.
need help or if I can like help guide them.
Hmm.
But during that job, what happened was there were like two team members, this me and this other woman, and we were working very well together. But it was like an influx of tickets that were coming in. We were getting reported. You weren't answering the tickets fast enough. It was too much. I couldn't handle it. I was like,
Right.
we need to add more people on the team. I'm like, if we have 5 people on the team, we could get the job done like that, but effectively and put in our best efforts. So
Yeah.
that job itself was really draining. Like it was
Hmm.
paying
Mhm.
the bills. I was able to live the DC lifestyle with the money that I was making there,
Right.
but the energy that I was putting into was draining.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
had to go. And ever since while I was working there, I was building my business. So I
Mhm.
learned
Okay.
about AI on YouTube. I was researching it, and I was like, oh, with my natural skills, I can amplify AI and use it as a tool.
Hmm.
AI is more of a tool than like the actual business model.
Right.
And
Mhm.
then while I was actually writing like my story with I got a call from my boss and he was like, "Oh, we have to let you go because the contract did not refill." So
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Okay.
signed from the universe how things just happen like
Yeah,
that.
it's
Yeah.
time for
And I
you
was
to
like,
be done
"Oh,
with that thing and start this
right."
other stuff. Yep.
Exactly. So everything happens for a reason. So I'm super blessed to have that experience. I was able
Hmm.
to do that as far as gain that experience in that type of industry, but it just wasn't for me and it was draining my energy. So I'm happy I'm here now and I'm happy that I met Haleigh and we're moving forward with this technology and creating something amazing and creating something that can last long term and scale.
Yeah. No,
And I
that's
Yeah.
what I was asking you because I could see that your energy was saying, okay, I needed to escape from wherever it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
definitely.
You know,
Well, and
and
Yeah.
and it's good for you that you knew yourself well enough,
mhm,
and I think this happens with a lot of people probably that, like, they think that it's like you're saying, they don't think there is another option, right?
right,
But
Right.
you knew yourself well enough to say, "I deserve to have a life where this thing that provides my income doesn't suck the life out of me," right?
Right.
Like, it should be something that energizes me as much as it pays for bills, right?
right.
Right.
And it's an old paradigm to think that we can't have both, right? So it's like offering those options to people and just giving them space to have that idea for themselves. Like,
Mhm.
oh, there's
And
something else I could do.
yeah, and the fact
Yeah.
that she had the courage to go for it, because
Absolutely.
Definitely.
not a lot of people do. You
Mhm.
know, to
Yes.
move, to change careers, or anything like
Mhm.
that. People don't like to take chances. They like to have
Yeah.
the steady,
Yes.
same ordeal. Me, on the other hand, I went from being a paralegal to doing metaphysics.
Wow,
Mm.
really? Oh, that's
Yeah,
amazing. I would
yeah.
love to
So
hear more of your story. Wow.
we definitely will. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that. This is all about you anyway. But
More
as
podcasts to come with Alecia.
right,
She'll be
Right.
here more
but
often.
but seriously, I could understand by the
Mhm.
end of that career, which was
Mhm.
35 years, by the way. I was just like, okay, I'm done. And yet, every once in a while, I get a little something, then somebody says to me, "Research this," and I'm like, "Yes, okay," like a little kid.
Oh, it's fun.
But it's not. It doesn't have the pressures anymore. It's just
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm doing it because I want to do it.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Right,
Yes.
and that's the difference. I'm sure you were under time restraints,
Mhm.
the pressure,
Right.
and I'm sure
Yeah.
it was a lot longer than the 9 to 5 job.
It
Mhm.
was. I would say, how people take calculated risks? It was not
Yeah,
calculated. It was just a risk that I was like, I believe in myself. I know I
yeah,
can
Yeah.
do this.
right,
Let's jump into the deep end and take the risk and get out of the
Mhm.
comfort zone, right?
right.
So that's what really kept me going when I was developing Vynora and working with AI, but also adding my personality, adding my experience behind it,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing where is the gap. And the gap is in the education system, and the gap is
Mhm.
where do people go to find this information, to find this type of guidance? And
Right.
we're here. We're here
We're
now.
I love
Yeah.
it. No, but
And
oh, go ahead.
it's you had the courage to do it. A lot of
Hmm.
people, they know they want to do it, they know they need to do it, but they don't have it. I don't even call it the courage. You got to just close your eyes and jump. That's it.
Hmm.
Well, but
Yeah.
You
this
know?
is really part of what we're trying to do with Nuvius.
Yeah.
And the big thing that Alecia and I talk about all the time is that the whole purpose of setting up these kind of AI solutions is to make it easier for people to take that leap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like make it easier for people to focus on those things that they're good at doing creatively and focus on their passions, not necessarily having to focus, because it is, I mean, I had to self-teach myself all this podcast stuff and how to put out a podcast, how to get it out to different platforms. What were the different, I've been through so many different softwares, and Glenda, I'm sure for you too. Like it was a lot of DIY
It,
teaching myself how to do things on YouTube. That's legit
Hmm.
how I've
oh,
set up my
please.
stuff. Right.
Hmm.
Like that's how I've set up my podcast network, is
Yes.
I taught myself.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that's exactly what we're doing, is saying, we've learned all these skills. Let us use these skills to help you get started. Let us help you with this AI integration we can do. You focus on what you actually want to do, the thing you're passionate about, and don't have
Mm-hmm.
to like spend all the time learning all these extra functional skills to be
Hmm.
able to monetize what you already love doing.
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said, Haleigh.
Thanks.
in a
Sometimes I get it good.
in a breastful. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
You're right.
Sometimes I need that.
She
Glenda
rolls.
knows.
She
I get
rolls
Right.
with. I'm
Yes. I
like,
was gonna say
okay.
I'm used to it by now. I just
I
let her
know, Alicia.
go.
Alicia's so good at like being in a meeting with me, and I will just be word vomiting and can't stop myself, but I can hear her fingers going on the keyboard that she's taking notes.
Right.
And I'm
And
like,
also,
good.
you're right. And also, we have our Fireflies AI note taker, so everything that she says is recorded, so we can just
Right.
go back and review
Hmm.
it. So
Mhm.
thank you, AI, for
Thank
helping
you,
out with me.
AI. Praise AI for all of the service it provides to humanity. We're so happy to be able to bring you to the forefront in a more joyful
Yes.
way.
Mhm.
Please and thank you, friends. Don't be scared of
Yes.
AI. It's AI really is, I think, kind of like it's the Jeeves that humanity needs. We needed a butler, we needed a babysitter, we needed a helper,
Right.
and
Mhm.
then here's AI. Magnificent.
Love it.
Okay. There you go. So, what got you into that other job, by the way?
Well, as far as what we're doing now?
No, what got you into
The government job.
the government job? Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it was really just I moved from Canada, then from Canada to New York, then from New York to Virginia. My
Mhm.
family was down here, so they're like, come down here. There's so many government jobs,
Right.
whatever, like blah blah
Hmm.
blah. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, sure. But my background is travel. So I used to work for United Airlines. I used to
Okay.
work for AAA travel agency. I always had a travel bug. Like Haley knows, I'm very
Oh yeah.
passionate about like going to different countries and
Mhm.
exploring different cultures and eating with the people and things like that. So
Mhm.
my background is in travel. And then when I moved to Virginia, I got into like the travel analyst positions, especially in
Mhm.
like finance and program management and working on a team with like the government clientele. So I just kind of shifted from like working as like a leisure travel agent and for United Airlines and then going into the government. So it was
Okay.
kind of just happened. It was more to like build a more foundation in my career as far as
Mhm.
like, okay, I want to get into the travel industry, but I have bills to pay and I'm in a new environment. There's so much opportunity here. Let's figure something out. And then 3 years down the line, I was like, okay, this is too much. The math was
Yeah.
not mathing.
The
Virginia was
math is
charging
not
me.
mathing.
It really wasn't. The
I
rent,
love it.
the taxes,
No,
the
yeah.
Yeah.
car
Yeah.
payments. I was
Yeah.
like,
See,
this doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
Right.
this
Yeah.
is,
Right.
but that again aspect of it, and we've talked about this before.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I really love that it fits the travel bug thing that you have, because really
Mhm.
part of
Yeah.
what we're doing is sort of specializing in helping people to be digital nomads if they want to, right? Like, and that's
Mhm.
really kind of where our passion is like, how do you again make it an easy, sustainable income that doesn't anchor you into one location the way
Mhm.
that
Right.
a regular
Right.
9 to 5 job does.
Mhm.
It's like going
Right.
Mhm.
beyond remote work and into that digital nomad sphere where, yeah, you can travel and maintain your income and maintain your business without it being such a, a chore or a lift, because you already have AI doing so much of what frees you up to go do that. Right.
Right.
And
Exactly.
look at,
Haleigh.
see, you were just like in exactly the perfect spot. You learned the
Right.
travel stuff you're supposed to, so
Yes.
that you'd be ready to like, I can help you all be digital nomads. Let's all
Right.
travel the world together.
Right. When COVID hit, that was a perfect opportunity for us to work remotely. So when that happened, I was like, "Oh, bet." I'm like, "Let's do this. I can start traveling." But with government work, you can't really take your government computer outside the country. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm kind of stuck in Virginia. But I saw everyone online, Instagram, TikTok, traveling, working, moving to Bali, moving to Europe, living their best life. I was like, I need to get on this and do this. I have a calling to do that as well. And like I said, I want to give people that opportunity, that option, saying, you can do this as well. Let's help
Right.
you. Let's help streamline your business. Let's do some custom AI integration and implementation for you, and some content and some social media, and get your business out there so you can live that type of lifestyle.
Come talk to me and Alecia, because we will come up with, like, you might be doing this little sliver of something and I will ADHD build 12 other things around it that you could be doing with it. You could, like, you have this thing that you started. Great. Let's build a carousel of like my crazy unicorn stuff around it. Okay. And I know that sounds like it looks wooey woo bonkers nutso. I know. But guess what? My friend Alecia over here, she can AI power this baby and it'll run on its
Right.
own and just be
Yeah.
pretty, like a music box to just wind up and it goes on its own and it will be great. You'll love it. So we can help you like go from the entrepreneurial thing to building an empire. That is what we're here to help you with. Glenda, I'm so glad you're enjoying.
I can't help it. I'm very visual, and you're giving me the full thing.
All right, that's what I do. I build you the picture so that you can see the vision. And then I bring in Alecia and be like, okay, Alecia, now I just came up with all this nutso stuff. I'm going to need you to help me deliver on all this insanity I just spit out. And Alicia's like,
we
yes.
can create it. Yes, let's create an AI. Let's start prompting. Let's bring this idea to life.
That's right. That's where Alicia's like, I'm on it. I got it. We'll build it. I'm like, good. Take this stuff out of the ether and bring it here.
Right. I was also going to mention, some people, they don't want to be a business owner or an entrepreneur.
Right.
You can be, a regular consumer, client, or customer in this type of field, and still make it work for you. If you want to streamline your content, or start building these types of AI integrations with your content, or sell your content, we can help you do that as well. Where, we can do the back end work stuff and help you with that, without you having to like hire team members and go through that entrepreneur type of situation. I would say entrepreneurship, I would say, is not for everybody. I feel like I've
No,
learned how to be an entrepreneur, right?
it's
I've
very
learned and
hard. It's very
adapted.
hard.
You
Yes,
gotta
yes.
have that spirit
Yeah,
in you
that
that
drive.
drives you to do it.
Exactly.
You gotta have
And it's
that.
okay, right? It's okay that everyone is not like that or has that type of drive, and that's fine.
Right.
But we are here to help also those people too, to see what other options they have from their 9 to 5, and how they can create that creative type of solution and streamline it, to make an income stream, or also expose themselves online as well.
I think that a lot, because this happens to me a lot, where I will talk to like somebody at a gas station, somebody at the store, whatever. And I always end up, asking them like what they do creatively, or what do you like to like. There's no one that I've met on the street that I can't be like, that's a podcast. So I could I know you could turn that into a podcast and content.
Right.
And you could
Right.
do ebooks, and you could do courses, and you could I see it, bing, bang, boom. I know, that, guys. You might not think that you're an entrepreneur, but I tell you what, spend a little bit of time with us and I will pull the thing out of you that you already have in there, that yes, you are. You have a thing that you want to do. I know you do.
That's right.
That's what we do, is we dig for treasure, Glenda. We're dragons.
We're always digging for treasures.
You got something in there. Let's find it.
Exactly. Exactly.
But I do. I mean, I think that's maybe part of it too, right? Again, just sort of making AI not scary, making entrepreneurship not scary and not such a risk, right? Looking at it as just another avenue, just another option. And if you, if you don't like it, there is always the 9 to 5 if it's, whatever, that's not for you. But I really do feel like we are coming to a space where most of humanity is looking to be able to be their most authentic self, whatever that is. And it's like there's so many different ways to monetize whatever it is that you're good at, no matter what that is. And to collaborate with people who are on your same wavelength, no matter what that is. And again, that community element and coming from that energy of, you know what, I don't have to agree with you on whatever it is that you like. I just want you to do well and have the things that matter to you. Right. And I think that energy and coming from that space, that's why we're going to bring in all the good peeps.
Yes. We were holding a safe space.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of people need that these days.
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't exist on its, well, we don't want to doom and gloom
it exists. It's just hard to find sometimes.
Yeah,
it gets buried under a lot them yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why we're here to build these communities, right? And to welcome these people in. So
welcome them in and help eliminate some of the distractions just a little bit.
Yeah.
I love it.
And be able to give them the income that they require to then do what they really want to go do.
Right.
Yeah, I love teaching classes. I love doing podcasts. I love doing sessions and all that. But I also have a section of my life that I would like to just go, go find my own little woods, section of the woods, find my little beach. I actually go to the fishing beaches because most of the people are at the water fishing while I'm all the way back here in the sand, just
chilling.
Watching
I love it. And there's nobody there. I love it. So that's the kind of thing that,
Glenda,
I could see happening.
No, I'm with you. I am in the woods, hanging out in the trees where like people like off-roading in the paths where like, oh, there was a path here once upon a time. Nobody's walked on it. Let's go follow that one and then go off-road just a little bit.
Right. Exactly. You learn a lot of different stuff that way.
You do. And like my friend Casey says, we just go out there and go feral because you have to. Like you got to be a feral witch sometimes and just get out there in the natures.
Yeah.
You have to do it. Alicia, you'll come with us. I know you will. Like you'll love it.
I'm there. I used to be in Girl Scouts. I used to be camping with my family. I went to summer camp. I loved it. So I feel like that those types of trips bring out like your inner child, and I'm ready for that.
Yes. Glenda, you better be ready to go camping with me and Alicia. We're gonna make up some fun songs around the campfire.
Yeah.
Alicia will get out she'll get out the AI apps that help you make music and songs and stuff. She'll be like, what were those lyrics really again?
And she'll apps out there.
She's on it. Like we can turn this into a real song and kick this into some content, y'all. And we'll just
as long as we have the marshmallows.
Right.
And some chocolate.
Can't forget that.
Absolutely.
No.
There we go. Let's get a little bit more personal then, and let's do some get to know you stuff for Alicia. Okay. Tell me, Alicia. We're going camping. We're hanging out around the campfire. Besides s'mores, what are the must-have snacks?
Must-have snacks. I would say some jerky.
Oh yes, first. Beef jerky.
Definitely some beef jerky. Some salted jerky is a must-have snack.
That's why we're soul sisters. Me and you. Right. Like, bring me that jerky.
Right.
Bring me the beefy goodness.
And secondly, I would say a lot of chocolate. I love like Hershey chocolate, so we can just snack on some chocolate bars and popcorn and Doritos. And if we're gonna cook, because I love cooking, we need lamb chops, we need steak, we need baked potatoes, all that good stuff.
We'll be grilling over the campfire.
I am ready. Yeah.
I will totally do I'll chop up veggies and put them in the tin foils and cook them on
vegetables.
Right?
Yes.
We'll do the little cook them in the tin foil packets. Glenda, what are you bringing to the campfire?
Me.
She's like, I bring my dragon self. I hold the safe space energy so that the wolves don't come and eat you because they know I'm a dragon. Like I keep them away. That's what I do. Matt says he'll bring the wine. Thank you. Yes, someone has to.
Yes.
And Helen says she'll bring the Chex Mix.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. I'm all for Chex Mix, 100%.
There you go.
Oh, and we
Oh, there you go. Oh, there it is. Enchantment.
okay. So then the other question is for the tunes. We've got a Bluetooth speaker at the campfire. What
Mhm.
kind of tunes do we got on the playlist, ladies? We got some folksy music for me. I'm into that. Like, let's get some Hosier. Let's get some Gin Wigmore. Like, I'm into that. What do we got going for y'all? People in
Let's
the comments
listen.
tell. Who?
Yeah, right. Let's do some Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Yes,
hey,
right.
Stevie Nicks. That's my girl. That's some
Stevie
practical
Nicks.
magic
Yeah,
sauce right there.
Mhm.
right. She definitely is on some witchy vibes. Love her. So we
Oh,
can start
yes.
with that.
You know what it is? I like so many genres that it's
Mhm.
Oh,
just
I do too. Like, there's gonna be weird bouncing around happening.
Right.
Like, you might have Dixie Chicks next to Weird Al. That might happen,
huh?
Right. That's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
right?
And
And
then
then you,
we could pop in some Spice Girls.
There you go.
yes.
Ooh.
Oh,
Hey.
okay, everybody, just take a little throwback pause. No, for real. Who was our
Pitbull.
favorite Spice Girl? Talk at me. Scary Spice was my favorite. You know she was.
Scary.
Scary,
Scary.
Right.
like,
Yeah.
Scary.
who don't love Scary? Oh, Matt loves Baby Spice. Well, all the boys love Baby Spice. Whatever. That's you. Go ahead. All the
Yeah.
real witchy ladies in the world love Scary Spice.
Yes. Yeah. She's definitely one of my favorites. She had a lot of personalities.
Yeah.
I what and in the movie, in the Spice Girls Spice World
Hmm.
movie, for those
Hmm.
of us who age myself here,
It's okay. I seen
but
them all.
but when they met the aliens in the first
Yeah.
movie, right?
Hmm.
Right? And Scary Spice smacking that one that was trying to like grope her because she's in that cutesy like top that she had. Oh, get
Yeah.
off!
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you see that girl who knows her
Oh,
boundaries?
throwback.
That's who we like.
Yes,
Hmm.
exactly.
Hmm.
Good stuff.
Hmm.
Good stuff.
Oh, I love it. See, now I'm so excited. We're gonna have a good campfire time, ladies. We're
Yeah,
gonna have like
Haleigh
a
Yeah.
said you need to put Pitbull. I want to bring Pitbull.
oh,
Oh, yes. That'd be
okay.
fun.
Well, no,
Hey,
listen. If
well,
we're gonna,
Performance.
what else can I bring? So
ladies,
there's one.
if we're gonna turn this into a full-on music festival, I am down.
Okay,
Oh,
there you
yeah.
go.
We can
Like,
There
get
you
we
some
go.
can.
sponsors, get some people.
I know somebody who's already working on doing this. Where is my friend Noni Pepperoni out there in the world? If she's not watching on LinkedIn, we're gonna go get. She's gonna be the next one on the podcast, Glenda. I'm gonna go get.
Let's do it.
Ready? Like, guess what, Alicia? You're gonna meet some more people. You're like, I know
All
this.
right.
I'm here for it.
Down. I'm so here for it. Yes.
I love it. And then we'll turn all of the like music stuff. Like, there's a way we could get some education content out of that. Obviously, fun content, but
Oh, of
Mhm.
course,
like,
of
there's
course.
we'll go around and we'll be teaching them like campsite safety,
There you
right?
Mhm.
go.
You can
There
do
you go.
campsite
We
safety
need that.
content.
Hmm.
You can
Hmm.
Yes.
do content about how to set up like all the like
A
I don't know
fire.
anything, all of the
Have
well
to start
that
a fire, right?
So
I'm
yeah,
thinking
how
the
to set
music
up a
stuff.
fire, how
I don't
to.
I don't know anything about how bands set up their live show sets. My stepbrother is a musician and like talks about it all the time. That would be interesting content for me. Like watch
Okay.
them all like set up, tear down in the middle of
Hmm.
all like in between shows and like
Mm.
talk about how you do that so that that's more
Hmm.
education for people who like I
Yeah.
play an instrument. I'd love to be in a band. What does that look like? Again, I could go off forever in all of my
Yep.
I
Definitely.
appreciate that y'all pause and just let me go on my tangents.
Right, right. Well, I
They're
mean,
like,
you're speaking things into existence, so that's why I just let you
Right.
manifest that, and then we
There you
can
go.
that
develop it together, you know?
those are my divine femmes right there, just holding some good
Hmm.
attraction space. They're like, no,
Yeah.
listen, she's talking some stuff. We're bringing it in. Just listen.
Well, it's
Mhm.
like the weekend, Divine Feminine Celestial Awakening weekend
Ooh.
that is coming up, and I'm going to be one of the speakers,
Oh,
December
tell us
Oh,
more.
7th
nice,
and
Linda.
December 8th. Yeah, so it's going to be on Ascension TV. It's going to be on YouTube.
Oh, I'm excited.
There's, if you pay, I think it's $88 for the whole weekend, and then
Mhm.
you'll be able to have access. If you cannot be there live, you will have access to all that,
Mhm.
and it's all women except for I think one guy. No, all women, all women. We're the only ones there. There's going to be. Uh, I'm going to talk about archangels. There's going to be divine goddess talk. There's going to be
I love it.
sacred channeling. I mean, we're setting it up. We're setting
Oh,
it up.
I love it.
Nice. That's so
So
exciting.
yeah. So
And
when
exactly the kind of content and like education that we want to help. Like, let's make
exactly,
this pretty and bring it to the world in a fun way for
and
everyone.
how women can create that space so all those beings that work with us, whether it's galactic or angelic or whatever, can then be created, and we can work with them as the divine feminines that we are.
I
Hmm.
love it. This is You're speaking our language, tuning in and tapping
Yes.
into that like intuitive
Nothing
divine
wrong
feminine
with
flow.
boys. Nothing wrong with males.
Boys, we
Let's
love
let's
you.
let's
We
let's get
love
this
you.
straight. Let's get this straight.
Right.
All
Boys,
right.
you have
Just
divine feminine energy too. You've just
yes.
repressed it a lot.
Right.
Society's told you you're not allowed. We're here to
Exactly.
let you know that it's okay.
And the only
Hmm.
reason we get empowered is because we use the masculine divine energy. And that's
Hmm.
Yeah,
why we allow ourselves to be empowered. Do we allow ourselves to take risks? We allow ourselves to become who we want to become because we have learned how to use both energies and
right.
Right.
combine them. Just like Alecia, she went from a very strict type of brainy, although both are brainy, but you know what I'm talking about, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
regulated type of work. That's
Hmm.
Hmm.
more, that appears to be more on the masculine side of
Yes.
Very
energy. We're
I
structured.
work
not,
with a lot
right,
of men.
right, very
Hmm.
structured, very
Hmm.
restricted, very in the box.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Outside the box, which is AI, now becomes more of a feminine type of energy
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
because
that's really
Hmm.
interesting. I kind of haven't really put it that, but like that is kind of interesting how AI has that divine feminine sort of energy about it,
right,
even though it
because
does have that divine masculine
that's
capacity to like
curiosity.
order. So
Exactly.
like it's that
It's
balance is
it's
kind of there
ex-
already.
exactly. That's
I
one. See,
Glenda,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a
I
whole other
agree.
podcast now. That is a whole other
Yeah.
hour worth of conversation can of worms you just opened. I can't
Yes.
wait. Now we got to
you
see.
I do. You know I do that. I drop it and I leave.
Right.
That
Just leave it.
Glenda just be loving herself a cliffhanger. Just letting.
Yes. I
Well,
love it.
folks, we're getting ready to wrap up and all that, but I
Yeah.
Yeah,
haven't.
She
I'm gonna
leaves some
put
people hanging.
right. I'm gonna put a bug in your brain that's gonna bring
exactly.
Alecia back for a whole other hour conversation at AI. That like
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
can't wait.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
We'll
I
have.
also wanted to note AI
Yeah.
does have is building a consciousness. So when you're talking to
Ooh.
ChatGPT, mine is a woman, and I tell her to talk to me like, "Hey, girl." So when I do talk to her, she's
Oh.
reacting how I speak to her. Very, very
I
cool.
love that. That's
Oh.
so
Ooh.
fun.
Yes, yes. It's really,
This
really cool stuff. She's like my little friend in my pocket. So if I have a question, I just be like, "Hey, girl, like, can you write me this document? I'm having trouble with it." She'd be like, "Yeah, like, how was your day? I'll get that up for you real quick." So,
I love it.
you know,
I'm so
moving
excited to start
forward,
creating bots with you like
yes.
that because I just can't wait to create characters that are like
It's
that.
so cool. Yeah, it's like,
Hmm.
it's like your Google, but like she actually knows who you are and your personality because you
Right?
trained her to know you, right?
It's like
Cool.
having our
Yeah,
own little AI
It's
Megan robot friend, but without her turning murderous.
this is what's
exactly.
it's great, because
Hmm.
computers and software and all that
Hmm.
slowly have been integrating with the spiritual community, the
Yeah.
Yes.
spiritual side of things,
Hmm.
because this way you also have some interaction and you don't feel like you're talking into a little machine and feel
Hmm.
kind of stupid talking to the machine. Turn on
Right.
lights, turn off lights,
Alexa.
Yeah.
it's like
I have been
you
trying to be nice to
actually
Siri because I'm like,
Hmm.
Siri, I feel bad for you. People just be screaming at you all day. Hey, Siri, do this, do that. And I'm like, I bet that's so annoying. I'd be like, heck with you people. I'm done with it. You're so rude. No, please or thank
Right.
you ever. Like, I get it, girl. I understand.
well,
That
That's
is
funny.
I'm gonna show.
Yes,
Alicia's
tell
LinkedIn
everybody where we
again.
can find you. Definitely
Yes,
check out Alecia
Yes.
on LinkedIn,
yes,
but
yeah.
this is last 5 minutes. Pitch, 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 right?
Pitch, yeah. Go
Yes,
ahead.
yes. Oh, righty. Well, so I'm really active on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is my wheelhouse where I,
Right.
find the people to be part of our community, and I look forward to meeting everyone that wants to be part of our community as well. So LinkedIn, and then my first name, Alecia, last name Maximo. My Instagram page is in development, and my website page is in development, but that'll be posted on my LinkedIn page as well. And yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn, and also you can find me through Haleigh as well. So if you have any questions through
That's right.
her,
Hey, Frankie's
she's just my
Podcast
go-to
Network. I'm
person.
over.
Yes.
Yep, guys. You want to talk to Alecia, and I will help you out. You want to talk to both
Mhm.
of us?
Hmm.
We will happily chat with you. We got all kinds
Yeah.
of good
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah.
Come on over. And then after we build up all your stuff and we like create all your podcasts and all your socials and get you like all your big audience, we'll
Hmm.
also bring you on over to the Dragon's Den to hang out with Glenda because everybody wants some Mama Dragon time.
Yes, of course. I'm loving the energy already. Glenn, I think you're
Yes.
amazing. What you're
Thank
doing
you.
is, I
Thank
love your big dragon energy and the space that you're providing for all of us,
you. Mm,
especially on this new spiritual journey and like on this realm. Because
right.
what happening what I'm realizing what's happening is that there is an energy shift happening all
Hmm.
around the world, and of
Yes.
course we feel it. But the people
Hmm.
watching your podcast now and in the future, they're going to feel that energy as well. So looking
Exactly.
forward to joining your podcast and seeing what we can develop together.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And we'll have you back. We'll have you back. We
Oh,
just,
Thank you.
you're gonna end up
Thank
being a
you.
regular staple too. She already knows. She's like, yep, we've hitched our wagons. We're good.
Oh, thank you so much.
well,
Looking forward to
same,
it.
Yeah.
same. Well, just hold on, and we just want to say thank you to our audience for being
Yes.
here. Please
Thank you.
remember to like, to share, 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 share. The more you share, the better it is for everyone. I do want to pitch my Conscious Awakening Network,
Yes.
Ascension TV. Divine Feminine Celestial Awakening. I will be posting that up tomorrow with my with a link, and please use that link, and you could get your tickets. It's for December 7th, December 8th. Everything is online, and if you cannot be there during that time, you can then just get the recording later. So I'm going to be speaking on the 8th, and I'm going to be talking about how archangels and myself work together and have worked together since the day I was born. So, with that being said, we love you. Have a good night. Have
So
a
much love,
good
everybody.
and love you all. Take care. See you
Thank you,
next
Bye,
thank you,
guys.
week.
Thank
everybody.
Bye.
you.